You send a text, 3 words, nothing dramatic, and then you watch it. Read 2:47 p.m., no reply. You need to know why they read it and didn't answer. With a single glance at that timestamp, your brain builds an entire story. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad? Are they just busy? Here's the strange part. This happens to almost everyone, almost every day. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why your brain treats a blue check mark like a matter of survival. This isn't really about the message, it's about something much older than smartphones. For most of human history, we lived in small groups, 30, maybe 50 people. Your survival depended entirely on staying inside that group. If someone stopped talking to you, stopped looking at you, stopped including you, that wasn't a minor inconvenience. That was a warning sign. Isolation, historically, could mean death. So our brains developed a very sensitive alarm system for social rejection. Neuroscientists have found that the brain processes social exclusion using some of the same regions involved in physical pain. Being ignored doesn't just feel bad emotionally, it registers biologically as a kind of injury. Now, take that ancient alarm system and hand it a smartphone. Suddenly, read but not answered isn't just a notification, it's your oldest survival circuit lighting up, asking, am I still safe with this person? Here's what makes this specific situation so uniquely uncomfortable: ambiguity. If someone tells you directly, I'm upset with you, your brain has information. It can plan a response, but a read receipt with silence gives you nothing except the fact that they saw it and chose, for reasons unknown, not to respond yet. Psychologists call this an ambiguous social cue, and research on uncertainty shows something counterintuitive. Not knowing something bad is often more stressful than knowing something bad is true. Our minds don't handle blank space well, so they fill it, usually with the worst possible explanation. You didn't get one piece of bad news, you got an empty canvas, and your anxious brain became the artist. This is why people reopen the chat, reread their own message, check the timestamp again, as if it might have changed. This checking behavior mirrors something psychologists observe in anxiety more broadly: reassurance seeking. It's the same mechanism behind checking if you locked the door twice or rereading an email before sending it. The checking feels like taking action. It feels like doing something about the uncertainty. But here's the catch: it doesn't actually reduce the uncertainty. The information hasn't changed. All that's changed is your stress level, which ticks up slightly every time you look, because each glance is a tiny confirmation that yes, this still bothers you. It's a loop with no exit, not unless you interrupt it from the outside. There's something deeper going on here too. Before instant messaging, communication had built-in delay. A letter took days. Even a phone call required someone to be near a phone. Silence was expected and it wasn't loaded with meaning. Now, communication is instant. So silence isn't neutral anymore, it's a choice. And because it feels like a choice, we interpret it personally. We're not just waiting for words back, we're waiting for proof that we still matter to this person in real time. This is why the read receipt has become, for many people, one of the smallest and most quietly stressful features of modern life. It's not the technology's fault. It's what happens when an ancient brain, built to survive in tribes of 30 people, gets handed a window into everyone's attention all day long. And here's the insight that changes everything once you see it. The anxiety isn't really about them. It's about a story your brain wrote in the space where information was missing. A story built from your oldest fear of being left out, running on hardware that hasn't updated in 200,000 years. The read receipt didn't create this fear. It just gave it a stage, lit up in blue, refreshing every few seconds. Once you know that, the check mark stops feeling like evidence of anything. It's just a timestamp. The story was always yours. So next time you catch yourself staring at read 2:47 p.m. with no reply, try this. Notice the urge to check again and just let it pass without acting on it. That single pause is often enough to break the loop. Because the truth is, most of the time, the answer has nothing to do with you at all. Someone got distracted, someone fell asleep, someone is simply living their life the same way you are right now. If this made you see your own phone a little differently, let me know in the comments. Has this happened to you today? And if you want more of these quiet, unspoken psychological patterns explained, subscribe. There's a lot more hiding in plain sight.